Well, here we are in Virtual Pool 4. This is VP4TV. We have a match. Well, it's in a match room, but it's actually a match that never took place in the Virtual World Snooker Championship 2024 because Stubb didn't show up on the night. But we have the match being played out, and I have just joined the room, and it's going pretty much the way I thought it would go. We have MC Clarkey Matt from the UK on a break at the moment of 59, and already 3 frames to nil in front against Stubb. And it was always going to be the case that Stubb would do well to get a couple of frames if he gets opportunities, because he can pot balls, but the thing is, you've got to play snooker, and that's a different ball game. So Matt's comfortably 4-0 in front now. Stubb's just going to mess about here. Pretty pointless. Only 27 in the table, and probably absolutely no practice put in at all, and expecting miracles. Now this is well, this wasn't expected because I was busy doing things, busy getting something to eat. I got a message. I checked on my phone a little while ago. Stubb had sent me a message, said the match was getting played, and the time I've finished, I've just decided to come in to have a quick look, but really it looks like a lost cause, and this is just wasting time. But there's an awful lot more to actually playing snooker and constructing frames and controlling frames than just always trying to pot balls all the time. I mean, Matt is an attacking player, and the difference there is he can back that up by scoring. It would be crazy to be taking risks against Stubb. You don't want to give him any sort of encouragement. So, as we said, 4 frames to nil, first to 6. And Matt has played an excellent break-off shot. That's perfect because that blocks the right side of the pack. It also blocks the path to the loose red. That can't be potted. And Stubb trying to keep safe up the top end of the table, but again, far too heavy. And he's already let Matt in straight away now. Again, a shot from somebody who has no clue really about how to play that shot. The safest shot was into the back of the pack, or the side of the pack. That would have been the safest shot. And he's let Matt in with another start here, albeit it's going to be difficult to score much from it. You've got the one loose red there. The other reds are all more or less tied up pretty much. And he's just overhit that slightly. But again, take what you can get and then run for cover. That's a simple plan here. But he's missed the red. Now Stubb immediately here needs to get that angle in the black. And that ain't it. He's too straight and would have liked to had an angle that he could get into those reds. So really what he should do, the common sense thing you do here, is take what you've got and then run for cover. You know, try and get the cue ball into an awkward spot and make it difficult for your opponent. And now again, he should be just trying to skim off that red, but he's got to watch where this red's going, because that red could end up in the open, but he's playing into the back of the pack. Don't think there's a way to get back to baulk from here. I mean, you can hit that red thin, the one that's above the black. You can hit it thin, but he's cutting it towards the pocket doing that. But you can get length in the cue ball doing it, that's the other thing. And well, the little brush in the blue ball's probably done him a favour there, and that's good enough. I mean, he's got good distance. Okay, Stubb can see reds, but everything's at distance all the time. So I suppose the target for Stubb is to try and get out of this without a whitewash. Now here's a much better opportunity for Stubb to get distance here. He really should be running into baulk here, trying to get behind that green or brown. Now that's going a wee bit tight, I think. Yeah, just a wee bit tight. I mean, he had the right idea. Now Matt has a red he can take on here, but he's going to be doing damage doing that. So, you know, if I'm him, I'm keeping everything tight, and I'm running back into the long grass. And he's missed the red, trying to get it thin. Stubb might play this himself because he's got an opportunity to play that red into the reds and run back into baulk. He could have put Matt back in, but Matt would get it right that time. Now this is going to finish on top of the brown, so it's going to make it really awkward to cue at this. I think the blue's doing the thing covering the right side of the pack as we look, and the mistake has happened, but Stubb's not got anything. You know, there's no damage done, but he's got an easy safety. I'm not letting you off the hook, Coldest Pillow. Explanations are required. Now there's a good shot, although he hasn't quite covered the pack, but again, the right idea. Oh, so that's what happened. You know how it looks like. That's what happened the other night there against Jose when he was 40 odd up and you disappeared. Is that what happened? See, Matt's got very good touch on the snooker table. He's played it for years in VP. That's what you need to have. It's when you're playing safeties, your length of safety has to be, 2 or 3 inches from that baulk cushion, and you only get that through playing the game. I'm going to have to put my phone on because I'm using XSplit Broadcast and I can't read the chat. It's too small. Let me get my phone on and then I could read it better. Stubbs says, me and my Clarkie are about to play the match. Race to 6 just started. The result won't change anyway, so why try? Oh, so there's a defeatist attitude there from Stubb. Right, let me get YouTube up. Then I can read this chat better. Right, hang on. Where are we? My channel. Live. And chat filter, all messages. Right, that's better. I can see the chat now. So, Stubb with a 4-point lead. Well, he's got a start. I don't think he's got anything up in the pack, but he can run the red into the corner. And just either run through for the pink or the blue. See, he's hit that far too heavy. You see, Stubbs' touch is like a sledgehammer. And that's the thing that he's finding difficult, is the fact that that cue ball, when you put top on it in the snooker table and you hit a shot at that pace, that cue ball will run and run and run. The snooker table is very deceptive in comparison to playing in the pool table. You've got the different balls and a different pace of cloth. Now that was a good pot. Problem, of course, is running through like that. He had to get lucky to even see a colour, and the colour that he's on, this is difficult into the top corner or the top left corner as we look. But look at these reds, because if he doesn't get this in, Matt's going to have a feast. And no point in trying to get up to baulk to pot the black or anything like that now, because the black's going to be tied up next to that red on its spot. So you just got to get up the table, either on the pink or the blue. Now this needs to just keep running a touch. And that pink's a bit tight past the red. If he takes the blue, he's going to be either leaving this long red into the corner here that's near the corner pocket, or the red to the left of the pink like that. Now the one that we're looking at, that's by far the easiest one to get comfortable in a colour. Why did Albie forfeit? Has he forfeited his match? Oh, that's a shocker. need to find out about that, because I can't believe Albie's forfeited. I haven't looked at the draw at all for 4 or 5 days. I just keep looking to see what matches have been arranged, but well, we need to find out what the story is with Albie. I would imagine Albie would have sent proposals. Unless something's cropped up. Well, this tournament is probably, I mean, regardless of that, somebody is going to win it, but in truth, it's the worst Virtual World Snooker Championship in terms of the amount of forfeits we've had. It was disappointing right off the bat that Barker's didn't get signed up. A guy going for his 3rd title in a row, and then of course the other favourite to win it, if he's forfeited, then it really is an open door to anybody who fancies winning this thing. So is that what happened? Right, well, we'll get that fixed. If that's what's happened, we'll get that fixed. We can't. There's no way we can have that some guy accepts a proposal so close to the deadline and goes through. I knew there would have to be something funny. Albie's never ever been like that. He's never ever been like that in anything that he's ever played in. Like I said, when Stubb potted that red and ran into the reds, and then luckily got on the black but didn't pot it, the damage was done when he opened the reds, because if he didn't get the black, Matt was going to do this. And Matt will be quite happy just to tidy everything up with pinks and blues. Oh, there's a mistake. I think he had a fair bit of check in the cue ball there to come back up that side of the table. That's why he missed the red. So the lead is, 24 points. So Stubbs got a chance here. He definitely has a very strong chance of pinching this frame. I would like to see Stubb actually do that, just to show that he can pot balls. Now, it's about holding his nerve and doing the right stuff here. Well, Steve won't be able to do anything. He's still halfway up a mountain somewhere, so it would need to be either. Well, Miasma said he can do it. I'm surprised that he did. Then the only other one that would do it would be Simon. Well, he's got a little nudge there, which is. Well, what the hell happened? Did Stubb make an ass of that there? I was too busy looking at the chat. I thought that was Stubb still at the table. Yes, that's a match I'm going to do tonight. LS3 and Simon. That was all I was intending to do tonight. I'm not even going to put this on. This is not going to go on the play. There's only one match that's on the playlist at the moment for this tournament, and this ain't going on it. The results as it stands. So Matt is he's over the line for 5-0. And it's a good little bit of practice for Matt. I mean, that's probably why he ended up playing it, because it just gives him more table time. Good afternoon to Bankster and everybody else that's watching. In fact, now this is something I've been desperate to show people, and I'll show you in a wee second. If I can get the damn thing to work. That's a replay. Right, well, we'll show this blue because he's going to smack this blue in and run up the table. Well, I thought he would run it. Oh, that's better. We'll see it again. There's the replay is functioning perfectly well now. Got it sorted. Yeah, and I've had the same problem with the replay before, and I don't know why. It might be something that they need to look into XSplit, because the replay function, when you add it, there is a default setting in it which is wrong. Because if the default setting was at the right setting, then I wouldn't have the problems that I have with the replay. The replay gets very stuttery, and all it is one setting that you have to change, but I can never remember what the bloody setting is. And the guys at support looked at my screenshot of my advanced settings, and he sent a reply saying change it to this, which I did, and the replay works brilliant. So it does. And the other thing I can do, which I never even realised, I can actually, I think that when I'm playing a replay, I can automatically, I say I think because I haven't tested it, but I think if I set the same function for when I hit the replay button, I think that I can actually save it to my hard drive at the same time. So therefore, I would have like a whole list of replays that I could look back on. I'm not sure whether I can. I would need to test that. And then I could upload them to YouTube. I haven't a clue whether who. Well, let's put it this way: there's nobody uploading anything to YouTube on Virtual Pool 4. So it seems like only Slim's doing it, and I don't think he's got a 4K system. I certainly don't, and I certainly won't be getting one for a long, long, long time. So Stub has to get loads of power into this. Well, he didn't really go to that with much conviction, did he? Again, simply because he doesn't play snooker, he doesn't know what he's doing there. You know, if that was Matt playing that, he would have smacked into those reds big time, because he knows what he's doing, and that's just the difference. Stubbs a potter of balls when it comes to snooker. He's not got a snooker brain, none whatsoever. It's not being sarcastic or anything like that. It's just simple fact. A lot of these 9-ball players, when they come to this game, they've only got one thing in mind, and that's potting balls. Now it's a good mindset to have, but you have to have an all-round game when you come up against a snooker player. That's the difference. If you don't have an all-round game, you're going to get picked off all the time. You can only pot so many balls in this game. Another big mistake from Stubb, and he might have got away with this, by the way. I think it has. Yeah. So he's got a wee bit of luck there. He's not left anything on. Now the target area would be up by that green and blue somewhere. He's hit the black there, so the mistake from Matt has given Stubb, well, an opportunity for a pot. He's got to get that cue ball out of there. And I think it'll be the yellow. Nothing else goes. I've just asked Miasma to come into the stream if he's not already in. Welcome to... Who the hell is that again? Come on, you need to remind me, Richard. Is that Mooncake? Who the hell is it? I've totally forgotten again. Welcome to Paul. Well, this is all going to be hard work for Stubb. He hasn't... There's no way he's getting on the pink there. He's not sitting too good. Pressure pot in the blue. But these two reds are blocking one another to the left of the pink. They're blocking each other to the pocket, so he's going to leave this one down the rail. And again, he's just going to pot the red. In fact, you can see the other red, though he's actually finished into the gap there. We can see the other red. And he might be able to go forward off it. He might need to check the cue ball a wee bit. I'm not sure whether he can go straight, but I think he can go forward and come back up. I think he's okay looking at it. Miasma. Semi-Pro was in the stream there. Was it Coldest Pillow that told me that Albinario had forfeited? Now, Albinario doesn't forfeit matches unless there's been a death in the family or something, you know, like that. And according to Semi-Pro, Albinario had sent proposals to this guy, and Albi wasn't getting any response. And apparently, obviously you need to find out 100% from Albi. Apparently this guy accepted the proposal like 2 or 3 minutes before the deadline time, when Albi was probably in bed, and then the match got forfeited because Albi wasn't there, and Albi didn't know the bloody thing had been agreed, and so he ended up getting forfeited, and that guy get put through. So to cut a long story short, we need that rectified, because that's no the way to do things. Now that's just going by the information I've been given. My word isn't concrete on that. It's only the information that Semi-Pro has given us. So Albi would have the full story on that. Let's see if we can get the camera to stay here. Got to hold the button and hold it for a couple of seconds, see if it'll work. Stubbs having a good rant. Right, see if you hold the button and hold it long enough, it stays there. I like the idea that it stays like that. Well, this is Stubbs' best chance of getting a consolation frame here. He doesn't want to run too far. Now, this is just a stun over to the right, a little bit of draw or screw back, and he's got the red to the left of the pink as we look. That's all he should be playing for. You see, he's not really got into that because he's now near the cushion. He needed to get into that a wee bit more aggressively to be more comfortable, but he should still get this. And he can just drop the red in and come back out for the pink into the other middle pocket there. He doesn't want to get too cocky and try and hold for the black, because then things can go wrong. The odds-on certainty, the guarantee is he's got the pink. So that's what he should really be playing for. And he's overhit that. He's overhit it slightly, but he's actually fine if he pots it, because he can get onto the red to the left of the black as we look. Just needs to drop this in dead weight and he's on the red. That's all you're doing, making everything simple. And if you just let the cue ball do its thing, you're on the red. And then probably the black to follow. Now that's better. That's perfect. So he's on a break of 44. He's got a 60-point lead. And he's only a couple of balls away from winning his first frame. Now, if he draws back up, well, he's playing the pink again. That'll work because both of these reds go. So he's fine there. Again, nothing to do. Run through the cushion and back out. That needs to just bounce. Break goes to 51. He's actually got a chance of a century here, believe it or not. 51 still in the table. Although he won't get the century if he doesn't take blacks. Well, that's commentator's curse if ever you've seen it. So, 67-point lead with 51 in the table. And Matt concedes the frame. Stubb gets his consolation frame in the board. Nobody knows. That's the answer to that. And you still haven't told me who you are again, because I can't remember. Is it Mooncake, Richard? Or have you fallen asleep and left the building? Oh, it is Mooncake. You did tell me. I missed that in the chat. It's further up. I apologise. My memory's not that bad. Well, I did say that, you know, if Stubb gets his head together, he can certainly get a frame or two. Now that's created a problem. The safety zone isn't in bulk anymore with that red going down there. And it actually ended up being a poor shot by Matt because he's left Stubb a shot, and there's reds here for the picking. Well, he just looks as if he can just roll this in, and he's on the red to the left of the black. Into the corner, black's tied up. And that's not where he wants to be. He might just have to drop this in dead weight. In fact, he's actually maybe snookered himself in the red. Yes, he has. That's pretty poor. He should have been in the gap there on that red. And that's a really poor safety as well from Stubb. That's a terrible safety. And this is what catches him out. You know, you need to be playing safeties a lot more delicate than that, because that cue ball, just the momentum and the way these balls open up, anything that's slightly too heavy, you can open up that pack. Well, that's a good little pot. Absolutely plumb dead weight. But it's going to be difficult for Matt to score a lot here. The pink's dead. Black ball, if he pots it, I don't even know that it will pot. It goes back onto its spot next to the red, so it's then tied up again. It's always a lot harder when you're having to run the cue ball back down the table towards the blue and the bulk colours to try and score. So he's going to play the black. He looks for a bump here. I'm not sure whether he did try and get a bump in that red to try and clear the spot. So only the 4 points scored, and Stubbs got a dodgy red to start, but that's the one that's going to clear the spot, and then it gets dangerous for Stubb. Dangerous from the point of view that with the black now been freed, if Stubb makes a mistake and Matt gets in, then that's a much better scoring opportunity with at least the black in the open. But likewise for Stubb, if he can make the most of what he's got here and just build up that lead. I'm not sure that the pink goes into the middle pocket. Let me have a look. No, it's too tight. Well, he can take the. I mean, the blue obviously goes, but the cue balls. You've got to control the cue ball more off that blue ball. The green ball, you can go forward. You've got a choice of two reds. Now, he doesn't want to block himself off in the one on the right. He's okay. That's the one he should be taking, that one there. Back up for the blue. If he overhits it, the green will do, or the brown. Well, he hasn't got into that at all. He hasn't. You've got to make a better attempt to get on the colour. Okay, in VP4 you can pot these, but you need that tighter control of the cue ball. That needs to come out. It needs to keep going, and that's not bad. Well, wrong side of the blue. Now, this is where any sensible player just ducks for cover here. I mean, you can pot this green and you can try and run up to the top cushion for the red, but you're not going to get anything else off this, so why do it, and why not just put your opponent in trouble? I would never pot that green. Unless there's something going on in the pack, I would never pot it. See, there's nothing there. There's a very dodgy cut in that red, maybe next to the pink, but that looks tight. Now, he's got to watch that he gets this right, because he's going to knock the red along the cushion. Well, that's not bad, but the problem is he's still left Matt the red, so he doesn't need to play off the pack. He's got to get this sort of tightish around the corner. Well, he looks as if he's going right side at the moment. I wouldn't think he'd be doing that. Nice and thin, and in between the blue and pink and down towards the yellow. That would be the target here. I'm surprised he's looking at the pack, and again, it's opening the reds for Stubb. But well, he's left the bait out there for Stubb. Well, Stubbs playing slow because he's desperate not to make a mistake. That's why he's playing slow. He's just trying to be deliberate and get everything lined up. Again, you see, far too heavy. Well, you never want to hit the bolt colour, but he's not left anything. Now, Stubbs should be playing off that red that's above the red that's on the cushion here. That's the one he should be playing, around the back of the black and down towards the brown. See, he's almost got better pace there. He's a bit short, but the line that was taken, if it had enough to get to the bottom cushion there, he could have been in behind the brown and cut off that right hand side of the pack. See, Matt's pace is always going to be better, but he's a wee bit short. Well, this looks dodgy to play the red up on the far left up top. He's trying to play the middle one, get that thin, but this is awkward. Just impeded a wee bit by the green here. No, this is not going to affect the thing at all. It's game over. Stubbs not going to win this. Like I say, I mean, he can always get a couple of frames out of it. But I've also said that, Matt's got to keep things tight and know when to wind it in. Because if he starts taking chances and tables are good for Stubb where the reds are there, you don't have to do a lot of work, then Stubb will be scoring points, especially if there's colours available. So Stubb has the slender lead at the moment. Again, with the black being where it is, the pink being tied up, it's makes it harder work to construct stuff here. Now let's have a look at these reds behind the pink. So you've got one that goes, and you get rid of that, you've got another that goes. So this is the problem red to be dealt with at some point. That other red behind the pink won't go because that's far too tight. But the one in the middle, that definitely will go as long as you can get... Well, I think it will go. Ah, yes, it does. As long as you get rid of that, that solves that problem. Well, I'm surprised that Matt didn't hit that a lot harder to get up, maybe at worst at the red at the back of the bunch, but he's got a shot. But it was a lot more difficult from that distance. So having played that red, that opens that red there. So it now goes. This looks better from Stubb. And that's covered the right side, so that forces Matt into one red that he can play. So it's, you know, getting the cue ball in that right position there covers that side of the table. But this looks pretty good. That's excellent. And now Stubbs in trouble, but I don't know that he's got the line there. I think the brown's in the way to get to those two reds. So he is in bother here. Yeah, I think the brown's very much in the way of the line that you want to get to those two reds. So well, he needs an awful lot of side on this, and he hasn't hit it. I wonder if Matt will put him in again. Yeah. Now he's got to hit. Ideally, he wants to hit that red. I see that's the problem. He's hit the other red first, and he's opened it up. So this is a chance to settle the deal. Well, I wonder how many people had problems at work today. We had no problems with this major outage that they had, but apparently it affected loads of companies throughout the world, not just a local thing. This was all over the place. All of these people was, you know, sitting at computers, blue screen of death, not knowing what to do. Flights getting cancelled, the usual garbage. I'm surprised I managed to pay 2 bills there before I came online. I managed to pay something towards my Visa bill, and had no issues. I was just dreading I would have problems, but everything was fine. Oh, I've had a message from Stubb. What does this say? Gave him the first 4 frames, result won't change, so why try? That's him saying it again. 2, the result won't change anyway, so why try? Well, keep trying, that's what you do. You just keep trying. Well, Stubb has a chance to get his second frame of the board here. Black's hanging over the top left-hand corner, so obviously has to be playing the pink in the right area here. So this will give him a 6-point lead. So he needs to, he's the wrong side of the blue. And of course the black's covering the pocket, so now he's got to move this cue ball. I think he's far too straight. He's going to have to thump this. Well, he's checking the cue ball to bring it into that's not bad. He's content to leave it at distance. But this, to get his second frame. Well, I mean, the main thing you've got to think about with that event is the millions, hundreds of millions of dollars that's cost companies today. You think about all the aeroplanes that have been grounded, people trying to get their flights. It's cost hundreds of millions of dollars or pounds or whatever bloody currency you want to use. It's cost an absolute fortune. Well, no prizes for guessing what Matt should be doing here, but he looks as if he's going to be going for it. I would just nail him behind the yellow. But that red does go, but he's going to have to dig into this, I think, to get out of there, because he's going to collide with the other red. Yeah. Now you see, this is what I'm talking about. You know, Matt's trying to get the thing done too soon, and if he'd nailed him to the yellow, Stubbs the one that would have been trying to get out of the problem. Now Matt's left him a start. Red over the side pocket, and this is just dragging the match on here when Matt should just be nailing him and putting him in trouble. Well, Stubb misses the black. Well, this is a good chance for Stubb to get a good length in this cue ball here. Well, that's no good. Needs to get cover. Now, Matt, he could try and get over for the black here, believe it or not, into the same pocket. He could try and get over for the black. That is a possibility, to be able to play that black into the same pocket. But I think he erred on the more common sense route and actually just holding for the pink. Now, he's only got one red in the open, and it's more or less tied up with the pink anyway. Well, this will be a crazy shot if Stubb goes for it. Well, he did his best to avoid the pack. And is he getting second prize? Yes, he is. He's got away with it. Well, this is going to bump the brown. So, again, black's out the game. Stubb's going to find it difficult to score here. There's only one other red in the open. And really, what he should be doing is what Matt should have done earlier. Stubb should just be taking what he's got here. And then once he's finished there, duck for cover. Well, he's fine. Want to get the running in the cue ball here. Well, he's hardly hit that. He needed a lot more running in the cue ball to get up table. Left it way short. Well, this is going to be awkward, but he's got a shot in the pink. Now he needs a bit of left-hand side in the cue ball. He wants to get that red up in the cushion. And that's well played. And let's have a look at this black. Oh dear, I think that's just ruined his chances there. Probably like me, didn't check to see if the pink spotted. Pink wouldn't spot it, went on the black spot, the highest spot available, and it blocked out the red. That's the thing, you always have to check these things before you move. This is better length from stub. That's where you want to be. That's your target area. You know, getting it at least just 2-3 inches from that baulk cushion, or on the cushion preferably. And not a bad response from Matt. And this makes it so much more difficult to get that edge on that red up in the rail, because you hit it too thick, you bring it into play. But that's a good touch. This might end up being pretty good. Just going to find the gap. And this might bump the brown. Well, the ball still to play is the one up in the cushion. That's the one to play the safety off of. Because you're not disturbing the pack doing that. That's the one you play. You're going to cut that, and it's going to come off the cushion back towards the pack here, and then get the length in the cue ball. And that might just brush the brown, but it's not bad. That's much better. Now this is dead easy for Matt. Dead easy to run into the back of the reds here. He's looking around, but I mean it's an easy shot to just run into the back of the pack. Every snooker player can do these blindfolded, where you're just running off the two cushions into the reds. It was always going to be an easy hit. That might, well, I was going to say it might just brush the yellow and go in off, but he's avoided it. So the black's a good ball here because Matt can play the red. He'll bump the black, he'll probably knock it into play, and he'll get the cue ball back into baulk. Needs to keep running. Just a wee tad short. And now Stubbs got to be careful. And, well, he's nudged a couple of reds into play. I doubt very much that Matt's going to have a go at this. Then again, he might just decide he's going to have a go at this. Trying to walk it into the pocket dead weight, and he's got it. And he's on the black. And the thing is that the black won't spot, and there is the brown available, so it's going to come down onto the brown spot. But the pink is good for the time being. That's all he needs to worry about. He can just make do with what he's got here and just build up the score. I think he can he get enough of that red? No, he's too tight. So he's going to have to go up to the corner pocket, run through for the blue. or a bulk colour. Now that needs to keep running. He's not hit it hard enough. He's the wrong side of the blue. But he's got a target red to get at the back of the pack there. So if he plays the green and goes forward, he can come down this right side here. He can come down this right side and get that red at the back of the bunch. That's a shot to play forward off the green. He might check it a wee bit, but you can come down this right side, play the red at the back of the bunch. Well, he's not hit it, has he? He's a wee bit short. Yeah, he's left that a couple of feet short. But that's where he wants. He can still pot this, I think. Yeah, I think he can. But he wanted to be there. Yeah, he's overdone it. That's just because he wasn't good on it. So match break ends in 26. The lead is 32. And Stubb should just be bumping this red around the cushions if he can, but there's traffic in the way. The problem with this shot is the balls that are in the way of the red. It's a dangerous shot. It's even more dangerous going for the pot. But he's got it. And once again, though, it's all going to be hard work for Stubb to score anything here. There's one red that goes, and that's awkward to get to. You've got the one loose red, of course, but that other one at the back of the bunch there's in a tightish area. But if you got on it the right way, you could certainly open the other reds out, but you've then got to hope you get lucky and get on the pink. Well, he should be just thinning this and trying to get in behind the pink here, I think. That's what I think he should be doing. He may well sacrifice an easy safety, though, for Matt. And this pink, this brown and black are a good target to get in behind. See, there's no way I'm playing that pot. The simple reason is this. That's why I'm not playing the pot. It's too difficult. And he's given Matt an easy start. And what's more, he's given Matt the opportunity to get the right angle in this pink and either go into the reds. Oh, that's a terrible shot. That is absolutely awful. There is no way that was ever well played, but he's done the right thing, though. And Stubb in trouble. I'll say that again. Stubb in trouble. A smaller target to hit, and a touch like a sledgehammer here, I think. Because that was far too heavy. Well, the red goes, but it's tight into that side pocket. That was so close. So the lead is 30. There's still 59 in the table, so there's not a problem with points here. And a red over the side pocket as well. But this is a crucial one. He needs to get good on a colour off this red. And that isn't good. Probably end up taking the yellow. He could play the pink and just roll the pink in, and he could have another red into the side pocket, I think. For some reason, he's fascinated with the green. Yeah, if he'd potted the pink, he could have just run through for the red into the side pocket. The red would have still gone. That other one went anyway. But, I mean, although Stubbs got a deficit here, he's actually got a very good chance of pinching this frame and getting 3 on the board. This is a pressure shot because you just pot the pink and you're on one of these reds every day of the week, just running through. And that was a nice pace. Now the pink's going to spot this time, but it makes no difference. Now he could just run through off the red and play the pink into this middle pocket. And he's had a little brush in the red. Oh dear, that's a big mistake though. That's a big mistake. I think he took his eye off the red because he was playing a, he was thinking about how the cue ball was coming off this red here, and he made the cardinal sin of actually missing the pot, and it was not a difficult pot. Well, that's Stubbs' chance come and gone. He's going to be in trouble here. Matt's going to stick him behind the brown and black here. Well, yeah, he's got him, and Stubbs got to be careful of the free ball here. He's in the proverbial. Well, he's got the hit, and he's come out good. Well, I say he's come out good. Matt's going to go for this. He's going to have a go at this. But like I say, if Matt keeps having a go at these things, he's just giving Stubb encouragement. And Stubb could have Matt in trouble in a second or two if he gets this thin enough. And he has done. And that needs to keep rolling if he's going to get the cover, because if he doesn't, Stubb will be back in trouble. And I think he still will be. Thin edge of the red. This is as wafer thin as you can, because he can't see enough of the red to stun it up the table and hold the cue ball here. He's got to run, and you've got to watch that yellow ball. And he's avoided the yellow. And now Stubb has a chance to put Matt in trouble, because that line of balls there are crying out to be ducked behind. Well, he's going the other way. He could easily stun the red up the table and hold the cue ball there. And the danger with running up the table is you can always go in off somewhere up the table playing a shot like that. It was far easier to me to stun the red up the table and keep the cue ball behind the brown, blue and black there. So I think he missed a trick there. And Matt hasn't hit the red, and this will be a free ball, albeit at distance. And the mistake Stubb will do here is put Matt in again to replay the shot. Yeah, he's getting him to play from where it is, because I think he's more or less left this as a snooker. Yeah. Well, this is very tight to catch this red. But he has done, and now Stubbs in trouble. That's a very well played shot. Just enough of that edge of the red to be seen there. And Stubb having a blast. And now what does Matt do here? Does he get him to play it again? Yeah. Well, he's caught it this time. Where's the cue ball ending up? Well, this red, I think, will actually cut. Well, it certainly does cut. But is he going to play it? No, he's not. Oh, that's not good either, as the red's got to keep travelling. And that's a poor one. So here's Stubbs' chance. He's trailing by 20. 35 in the table, so no problem with points. He certainly needs to get a colour. Well, I think he should have played that a lot better than what he's just done. I mean, that cue ball had to run up to that top cushion and come back down so he was more comfortable on a colour. I mean, this is no good. Okay, he'll pot the pink from distance, but you don't want to be doing that. You want to be getting the cue ball in much better position. Well, this is a clincher because he's going to be pretty close to the cushion when he rolls this yellow up the rail. And he wants to get a good line in the green so that he can just roll the green in and beyond the brown, and that's easier said than done. And he's almost overhit that. But he's fine. So he needs to roll through to the cushion here and back out. He doesn't want to be too tight. And this is dead straight. But he can actually pinch a wee bit and go forward with a wee touch of right hand side to get out of there. This looks good. That's not bad. I mean, okay, it's again, he's got to just run the cue ball. Now, this is all about pace. First of all, you don't want to hit the pink. Secondly, when you're potting the blue, you want to run down and get back up into the table for that pink into this corner here. So you've got to get the pace right. He might be heading towards the pink if he stuns this. But he needs to get the pace right. Well, he's going to leave it into the middle. Has he got the angle to run up for the black? Yes, he has. So he's a point in front. He still needs both balls to win the frame. Matt can still tie with the black. Now, the safest shot here is to run up to the cushion and back up. That's the safest shot. But you're trying to play this and hold. You can end up in no man's land. Now, this is no man's land. It needs to keep running. Well, this is a big shot, and he's got to watch the cue ball as well with this. Got to watch the cue ball. So this, for his third frame in a row. Not easy. Nothing like it. This is difficult. And it's difficult because of the angle. And Matt can just roll this in dead weight for the match. So, eventually, Matt gets over the line. Oh, no, it's not. It's a bloody, it's a tied ball game. I forgot. What am I talking about? I can't count at the end of the day. Black ball decider. I was looking at the wrong score. You needed the black to square it up. This is dangerous. This might go in or over. Well, it's over. So, Stubbs got pretty much a gift here to get that third frame. And there you go. And Matt really should be keeping things very tight. I mean, he's got to accept now that if you do make mistakes and these reds are sitting there with colours, Stubbs going to pot them. Not all the time, and he's not going to do the right thing all the time, but you're just going to give him encouragement. He's going to find his line and length the more he's at the table. And suddenly the scoreboard takes on a shape, especially with this frame. If Stubb wins this, gets it back to 5-4, then there's a sweat on, which it should have been far from it. Now, once again, the black is tied up. And the pink's not going to be much better either once he pots this. Yeah, the pink's out the game now as well, so immediately the chances of scoring here are limited. And straight away, Matt's left it short in the blue and having to take the green. And that red to the right of the bunch there might be the one. Well, you see, he's gone all out to try and get something happening here. Well, that's at least freed up the black. And he hasn't left anything on, so he got a wee bit lucky. Well, again, Stubbs' weight of shot there was terrible. That's like, 6 foot too heavy, that cue ball there. And he's left a red on for Matt. That was terrible. Well, Matt didn't take it, because that would have been running into the bunch of reds, taking that red. And he's played a far better safety shot. And this has got to be thin. And that's too thin. Stubb gets another go. And this time he's nailed it perfect as far as not disturbing the reds. You've got to check that pack just to see, first of all, what ball are you hitting, and secondly, what's the other balls going to do when you do hit it. Well, there's the red that Stubbs should be playing. That one up there, and this is the target's the green. He doesn't want to come too narrow though, he'll run into the blue. Green or brown will do. And that's not a bad effort. That's actually pretty good. That's always left an edge though. Has he left an edge? Yes, he has. Just enough. See, Matt's looking for the green. This looks far better. This looks far better. And now Stubbs in trouble. But again, into the side of the pack. He's going to hit the pink though. And he's left a red on. Won't be a foul and a miss this time. And Matt could be in business here. I've got messages coming in from Stubb, but I'm just ignoring them. He's sending me messages on the phone. I've got 2 that I'm paying no attention to. Now that I can change scenes, what's the one I want to show you? That one there, just a quick reminder that we have the Virtual Cowboy World Championship final coming up tomorrow between Cobra and U Plonker Rodney. That'll be a race to 4, and I think it kicks off, is it 6 o'clock tomorrow night? So hope you can join us for that. Well, this is not ideal, and Matt's visit was short and sweet. Well, I think Stubb can get through the little gap there with a Q and play the red into the middle. And that was a good chance there for Matt to put a decent little score on the board, but Stubb's in again. Well, this is just a little hold for the pink. Now, ideally, he wants an angle in this pink where he can get into the reds. That would be the ideal shot where you can try and break some out, but he hasn't, so he's going to have to make do with what he's got, and he's got a couple of reds to get on, so he shouldn't have a problem here. These 2 reds at the back of the bunch, just a little roll through. Now he's got to watch the pace in this because he's going to get caught out with this cue ball running. See, that's now he's got the little, maybe catch the little edge of the red here when he pots this red to go through for the black. He should be just going forward. Problem with doing that is that if he does catch the red, which it looks like he might, he'll knock it dead. He might be able to squeeze through. He might be able to get through. It's touch and go. Yeah, he caught it. You see, that's now killed the red. And again, far too heavy. He hasn't got the pink, and he's got a dodgy black. And he really should just be running for cover here. Take what you've got. Take your 21 points. And just duck for cover. Try and get behind that brown. When's Stubb going to listen to advice? So he's got an extra 2 points. He's trying to run up for the red. I would never have played that yellow. Never in a month of Sundays would I have ever played that yellow. And he's got a safety shot off the red, but he's going to knock it loose if he does that. And if he punches the red up the table, we've now got a problem with that red up the table. So the safety isn't bulk. And that's actually not bad. Matt could just roll off it and try and use the brown for cover. He's not going to leave anything on here. Trying to use that brown, but he hasn't got there. And Stubbs can easily punch the red up the table now. Well, he's not doing it. He's content to stay up this end. But that's poor. He's left the bait there for Matt. And Matt took it on. Now that red at the back of the bunch goes. Well, ideally he wants to keep running because he wants to run this brown in. He's left it a wee bit short. He would have probably wanted that brown just to roll the red in, but he's sort of in no man's land here. Green will bring him up the table. It needs to run. It needs to keep running. And that's not bad. That's well played. And he can get a red in either the pink. Now, the shot to play would be the pink. And the reason I say that is because if you get the angle in the pink, you can bust these reds open. And you see, this is where the snooker player would think of that, but Stubb, I don't think he's got any notion of doing it at all. But that's a shot. You see, and that's a poor choice of shot. The shot to play was to roll the red in, get that cue ball through to about there, so that you're potting the pink and you're opening the reds to try and get the score. And he missed a trick there. I'm pretty certain if Matt was playing that red there, that's what he'd have done. I mean, he would have been looking at that opportunity to open those reds. You see now, that's a pretty good shot. The red's gone to the cushion, the brown and green cover the red, and that forces Stubb into playing off the tied up reds. And he's going to send another red towards that black when he plays this shot, I think. And now they are all open. And what's more, that's now asking a question of Matt, because he's got a red, he's got two reds he can have a go at here, and none of them are easy. None of these are easy. But he's hit it sweet, and he's not great in a colour. It's going to be a tough blue. And he's got to get into this blue, get the stun working. He's overhit it, I think. I think he's overhit it for the top red, or the one at the far right, but he's okay with the one at the back of the pink. And he might just roll this in for the black. Well, he didn't let it roll out far enough though. He's another pressure pot on here. Cue ball's running way up the table. This is not good. Oh, he's the little brush in the red, and that was sweet. That's worked out very nice. Well, the lead is only 12 points. Up for the pink. And that needs to keep coming across. That'll do. So the red that's down on this bottom cushion, it's comfortable because it's off the cushion. And he's got the little angle, so the pink will be into this middle pocket, I would assume. He's just going to pop this in and come out, presumably for the pink into the middle. And if he runs this pink in, he's going to end up the cue ball down here for the red down the cushion. That's what's going to happen here. Now he's got to run this though. He's got to get the cue ball moving. But that's where he's going to finish. And it needs to keep going. It needs to miss the blue. And he's brushed the blue, and this is no good. He had the right idea. The cue ball had to finish sort of there. And it would have been an easy roll down the cushion. So now Matt has a 32-point lead, and Stubb has to be careful because Matt just needs the red to secure the match, and that's no good at all from Stubb. And it's hasta la vista, baby. It's all over. So the red means that Stubb needs snookers, and of course the subsequent colour, which may well be the black. I mean, he could take the black. He's going to take the yellow instead though. The yellow gets respotted. So it is definitely 100% a 6-3 win for MC Clarkey. So we have a couple of matches tonight. The main one I'm going to watch this cue ball disaster. The main one I'm going to be interested in is a match between LS3 and DJ Simon, which I think is at 7 o'clock British Summer Time tonight. I'll be there for that. I hope you can join us later on. We've also got Friday Night 9-ball. Goodness knows how many is going to end up in that. Slim might end up streaming it. Well, Stubb is 36 behind with 22 in the table. I mean, admittedly, these colours are sitting pretty good for snookers. But that's no good because he's going to tee the brown up. Well, that's it, folks. Not that it makes any difference. Matt was already through. So 6-3 win confirms that. Well, they're just going to knock balls round and about here. So I'm going to go away and get my dinner. So thanks for your company, folks. I hope you can join us later on. Like I say, we've got that match tomorrow as well, the Cowboy final. I hope to see you there. So until we meet again, I will bid you good afternoon. Take care, and we'll see you soon.